days. These days you record everything. And even then it was recorded. So the truth, once the truth is known and established, people know nobody has any personal problem. I personally have no problem with William Ruto, okay? Absolutely no problem. But I have a problem with the way is running the affairs of our republic. And that is, of course, my democratic right as well, and my democratic right to say, William Ruto, you will face you at the next ballot. And believe you me, because it seems to be getting worse by the day, he has lost the confidence of the Kenyan people. The other day he asked, what do you people, you're saying Ruto must go one term, what are you expecting me to do? He has the option of resigning, and then you become a statesman. And then that is one way. If you feel that you have lost the confidence of your people, because authority is derived from the people. Article 1 of the Kenyan Constitution, that's what the Gen Zs, I think I'm shown one T-shirt I was wearing, written that the only weapon these young people had is Article 1 of the Kenyan Constitution.
We the people.
We the people.
All right, so
the sovereignty belongs to the people.
Okay.
If then the people have told you we have lost confidence in you, nothing personal, one can resign.
Right. Let me just move on a bit.
Or be impeached, as the case may be.
I want us to talk about the goons, because this is a concern for foreign diplomats and the intervention. Don't you think it shows how serious and visible this situation has become beyond the Kenyan borders, as you mentioned? Because if we are giving a spawning ground for the mushrooming again of Mungiki and Jinkororo and all these other illegal militias in this country, and we're trying to make them to be institutionalized. If they have the support of the government, that this is statecraft that is sponsoring these goons, what sort of a country are we creating? Because we must be having this morbid fear of seeing people carrying machetes and batons.
We must say
weapons.
We must say collectively no to the new spectre, the new norm of goonism. On the 4th of this month, today is the 9th. On the 4th, we were on a trail as united opposition. Actually, on the 3rd, we started from Luanda in Vihiga County, went through Mbale, and we could not easily access Kakamega because some goons had been organized to make sure we don't enter Kakamega town. But the police there were a little civil. They disrupted, they dispersed the people, the goons were organized. But then, and of course, we had occasion to call out those people who showed such high level of intolerance. But the following day, we had a beautiful move from Butula in Busia County through Bungoma. I've been to Bungoma many times, but the mood I saw in Bungoma this time, I mean, amazing, electrifying. That must have sent a signal to people who believe they are losing power, so that when we are now going to Kabuchai, I think it is constituency, Chwele, the hometown of Weta, we found a military type of goonism. They were arranged in 3 layers. Layer number 1, we were able to drive through. And layer number 2, they started throwing stones and all manner of crude weapons. And then layer number 3, after that, the police, which means the police were acting in concert with the goons. The goons were protected by the police. And we had given adequate notice that we are coming to Chwele. Now, that is an example of how lawlessness can take over. Goonism has actually taken over. But I can tell you, the country will not take it. The country will not take it. I have no doubt in my mind as I speak to you in air that those people who went and I had to call a very able businessman in Mwea today to tell him Pole. Yeah, he's actually called Bwana Mkombozi because he has really changed the economy of Mwea town, right? Goons went into a shop, cleared everything, and in his case, he understands. He understands. He seems to know who they are. The goons are very well known. So for anybody to pretend that it is a work of united opposition really must be ashamed, even before God, that this is state-sponsored. And the good thing is, even people in parts of Kirinyaga and other places, we saw people we have never seen coming here. People transported from elsewhere to go and burn properties and make it look like it is agencies. And these young people, we all know, so they are the most peaceful. They don't want anything associated with violence. That's what they are fighting against.
So what do we do when we are caught up in this bind where the state is a criminal enterprise?
Yeah.
You as opposition then, what is the way forward? How can we get out from this deadlock?
I take you back to the commission, the Restorative Justice Commission. We will hold everybody to account. We will. We will, I can assure you. It's a very serious agenda we have, and we are collecting all this evidence.
But we're talking about amorphous people who have no labels, even from... Yeah.
Hey, by the way, there's one group which impressed me. I saw, and that's how militias come up. I saw another group in the city here, because one time Murkomen went round before the 25th, before Sabasaba, I think 25th, on the 25th. He went around to assure people, don't close your shops, there's enough security, blah, blah, blah. What happened was mayhem again. The goons, and I talked about that openly, that these goons were assembling outside City Hall. They were paid 1,000, some of them confessed to the amount of money they were receiving. Then they are given weapons, crude weapons, clubs and nyaunyos, that kind of thing. And they didn't protect the property of the business community. On Sabasaba, now during Sabasaba, they got themselves together, they bought ribbons, right? Because I remember their spokesman said, we don't trust anybody. We don't trust anybody. All we want is to protect our properties, and therefore we have bought these items of identification.